And we should be live any moment. There we go. Sounds like we are. And we can get shiny hunting. I need to find a better spot. I need to find a spot where I'm not gonna miss spawns out of sight, but I don't know a better place right now. Let's have a quick look at those spawn zones again. Can I find one that's against, like, an outer wall? Like, yeah, maybe trying up against the... Have a look at that zone. That upper edge might be the way to do it. We'll have another look. Let's make the shiny sandwich and see what happens. How is everyone doing today? Okay, water types. That's... cucumber? I think it's cucumber. Pretty sure it's cucumber. Cucumbers are mostly water. That's how I remember that. Right, nice simple sandwich. Hamburger over there. Tomato over here. Oh, not a well-placed tomato, but should be fine. Yeah, that ill-placed tomato is going to really screw me out because I kind of have to... my usual plan is to stick the onion on top of here. That should be fine. Just don't stick it too close to the overhang and we'll be fine. Throw that over there. Done. That should be, yeah, shiny water. That Piplup is clearly not centralized. Let me... Okay, yeah, that's better. Yeah, okay. Let's go find a good spot for some shiny hunting, which I'm going to try up here because it's a more enclosed area where I'm not going to miss spawns. That's my thinking. Not that there's any good place for this particular shiny hunt. I can't find a place that isolates... Even just the two that I'm hunting would be fine, even if I can't make it just one of them, but... I just want stuff that isn't the shinies I'm hunting not to spawn. Okay, in theory, Piplup and Oshawott can appear up here. Do they? No, do they? I'm guessing they want to be down the ground level. Here at the coast. They're just not like the cliffs. Yeah, if I come down here, they spawn. Okay. Snowstorm, go away, please. Reduced visibility is not good for shiny hunting. A big part of why I am going to auto-battle most of these rather than just scanning my eyes across them is particularly with reduced visibility, I do not trust myself to at a glance see these really not that visually distinct, quite small shinies. Particularly because the two shinies that are potentially able to spawn here are completely contradictory in what I'm looking for. I am looking for Piplup to be lighter on the top, and Oshawott to be darker on the torso. And I can't just put one of those thoughts in my head and go, the shiny is the lighter one or the darker one. I can't just put one direction that this is going to change and keep that held in my head. Hey Tara. Tara in the Twitch chat says, hello fellow gays, it is I, not a cop. I would like to hang out here and discuss how we all hate authority and the peace it offers. Let's all talk about things we like to do that are illegal and a threat to the heteronormative dominance of society. Well, you know, if you were a cop, I'd be obligated to tell you all those things, because you're not allowed to lie to cops or whatever. But as you're not a cop, I'm a very law-abiding citizen who enjoys, what are my favorite laws I enjoy? I love that new anti-boycott law that America's trying to do. I love the idea of infringing on someone's inherent right to, like, not give money to a company that they, you know, are morally opposed to. I love that. I love supporting that law. I love supporting all of the anti-LGBT. I was about to say that, and I'm like, that someone would clip that and send it to fucking Twitch chat and be like, kick this person off of Twitch. I'm like, I have no hope. I have no faith in the fact I could satirically say a clearly incorrect thing and not have it used to kick me off Twitch. The joys of working under corporations that decide your ability to make income. But I love so many laws. I love all of the laws. I love all the laws that say piracy is a crime in a world where legal purchase of copyrighted art is not only difficult and challenging, but sometimes, like, you buy a digital piece of art and then they, like, literally just take it away from you. I love those laws. They're some of my favorite laws. Tara says, I can't think of a greater threat to the free market than people deciding where to spend their money. Right? Also, I can't think of a more enforceable law. Like, that's such an enforceable law. All you do is you force people not to boycott. And you somehow detect the difference between a person just not wanting to buy a thing and not buying it because they're boycotting it. You just have to detect the difference between those and punish accordingly. It's such a simple thing to do. I can't believe no government trying to exert control has thought to do it before. It's such a good, easily enforceable law for sensible people. Or how I love democracy. Are you convinced yet? Not a cop? Have I successfully convinced you? Because I would quite like to drop the charade and admit that I like crime. But if you're still pretending not to be a cop, you know, we're still doing this little two-person play. I love respecting authority. Authority is my favorite. I won't do a protest when you tell me not to. I won't do a protest that's too loud. Okay, you're leaving because there's no crime here. Phew, I can, not a cop is leaving, so that's fine. So, okay, time for me to admit to all the crimes I do now that not a cop's here. I'll never get caught. I definitely don't sometimes turn up with, portable speaker setups to protests, despite, you know, laws that might suggest that being too loud at a protest makes it a crime. Definitely would never do that. Definitely would never aid in the enloudening of a protest. Actually, I would do that, but I was waiting to really make sure that not a cop had left. And I'm pretty sure they left, so I'm probably good. James B. Good says, my favorite Resident Evil 7 DLC, not a cop. Here we go. Yeah, how's everyone doing today? I am finally tackling a couple of shiny hunts that I know are going to be a nightmare. And I'm just getting them out of the way and doing them as best I can because I know that they're just not going to be fun shiny hunts, so I'm getting them done. Oh, I have accountability watching me. Right, Peacock Saw, what if someone was inconvenienced by a protest? That would be inconvenient. Yeah, the Oshawotts are the ones that are darker, the Piplups are lighter. James B. Good says, I'm building my DLC Elite Four doubles team, and I swear to God, competitive Pokemon is not for me. I mean, here's what I would say. There's a few... I can point you at a few Pokemon that are like, this will carry you through a lot of stuff. You know what's a really fun Pokemon that you can use to like solo a bunch of raids and is like the online raids and is really fun? You get an Azumarill, you teach it Belly Drum and Play Rough, and give it an item called the Shell Bell where it recovers health based on the damage it's dealt. All you do is you do Belly Drum, halves your health, but it massively increases your attack. And then just sweep using Play Rough and let that heal all of your health up. Maybe pair it with a Pokemon that can like use Protect, or like can do something like Follow Me to let it safely set up. It's like, you have to attack this Pokemon on the first turn, so my Azumarill can set up, and then bam bam bam, it sweeps everything. That's a good fun one I can recommend that like just works for fucking everything. Made a Rain Dance team, purposely with Pokemon I'm interested in rather than traditional Uber tier types. That's fair. You know what's a fun one I've been experimenting with? Are you talking about like main game Elite Four or like the Elite Four in this DLC? Out of curiosity. I assume this DLC because you're talking about doubles. Okay, yeah, DLC Elite Four. So, fun setup I was using was Duraludon has a new evolution in this. And one of its moves is a very strong electric move that, like, it takes one turn to charge up, and it increases your special attack stat, and then on the next turn it does a ridiculously strong electric attack. But if you're in the rain, it doesn't take 2 turns. It in a single turn, very strong electric attack, and increases your special attack before doing the attack, all in a single turn. So if you're setting up like a rain dance team, that might be a really fun thing to put on it, because as soon as you've got Rain Dance set up, that electric move plus stat increase combo, you can just fire off every turn. James B. Good says, oh my god, I was building around that with the Rain Dance setter. We're on the same thought. I think that is like the most obvious thing that this DLC offered in terms of like new competitive options. That Duraludon with Trick Room, and like maybe with Rain Dance, and maybe you even like Terra type it to Electric, so that you can really like absolutely maximize that damage output, is a really fun setup option for sweeping. Yeah. I am pretty good today. I finally got posted my Game of the Year video, which is like 35 minutes long, talking about 15 games, at least 3 of which didn't originally come out in 2023, but it's my list, so there we go. But yeah, got that out of the way. My big end-of-year accessibility recap video is edited now. I just need to subtitle it and publish it tomorrow. So yeah, I'm feeling good. By the end of tomorrow, all of the work for the year should be done, and I'm looking forward to that. Other than, like, streaming on Friday. Hey, Artist Synth, how you doing? James B. Good says, I gave the Pelipper Tailwind, which I probably might not even be able to use, but it's there in case I want to give everyone a speed buff. Again, good idea. It's a good support Pokemon. Set up Rain Dance, set up Tailwind, do everything you can to let that Duraludon just sweep everything. Hey, Arachnovolt, how are you? I'm gonna make an educated guess, Arachno, that you are probably aware of some of the Insomniac stuff that's gone on, and I'm gonna guess you've probably dug into and been reading that. I imagine. as a spider person, I imagine you are aware of some of the things that have been going on with spider stuff company. Have a look. James B. Good says, everyone else except the Archiralodon and Pelipper has switch-out attacks like U-turn and Volt Switch. Yep, wonderful. That sounds like a really fun team setup. I must say, I really do like that this DLC put some actual challenging fights in front of me. There were fights in this that I really had to, like, scrape through by the skin of my teeth. There's some genuinely good fights in this. It's been a while since Sword and Shield never... You could go to the DLC at basically any time, so they didn't scale the DLC combat to be balanced for post-game. And it's nice that this one did that. Okay, yeah. Arachno, I haven't been looking, but I'm aware of a few things, and it's one of those... I didn't know whether you would be on the side of going and digging to see everything, or I've seen it because I'm in spider circles, and as such, people that follow spider stuff have been talking about it, I would guess. Hey, Echo, and hey, Fee! How are you both doing? I am trying to find these shiny Pokemon you can see on the side of the side and bottom of the screen. I'm looking for an Oshawott with a little red nose, and a Pelipper that's kind of light blue at the top rather than a darker blue at the top. And they are tiny and difficult to spot in the snow. I'm good. I'm good. Today has been a nice day. Went swimming this morning, as I do on a Wednesday morning. Finally finished listening to the first Welcome to Night Vale audiobook, which has been like the last 3 months of my... 3-4 months of my swimming has been trying to get through this audiobook. Had a good Podquisition record. It's like 2 hours long. I had a lovely time. I got my Game of the Year video out today, which is like 35 minutes long. I talk about 15 games, I think. 3 of which definitely didn't come out originally in 2023, but fuck it, they're on my list. Hey, Liam Robertson, how you doing? Incompetent Hero in the Twitch chat says Jumbo Podquisition. Yeah, it's probably going to be like an hour. I don't know if we started exactly on time. It's probably going to be like an hour, 45 minutes by the time it's out, but it's a reasonably lengthy one. Ooh. I apologize. I will try and remember. I apologize for not knowing. That's all good. How are you doing, Lily? You all right? Arachnovolt says, I wound up just sticking my base game team, and the champion battle was absolutely brutal. Watching my Iron Valiant get one shot put the fear of Kieran into me. Yeah, there's a few. Like the Dragon Elite Four member, where you are forced to use Pokemon you caught in the terrarium rather than just the team you swept the base game with. That was a real nail-biter. Like, I forgot that... I didn't pay attention at first to the fact that after, like, the challenge bit, you could swap back to your default team. I had a proper struggle there. Arachnovolt, I have heard about the small thing you can do in Kitakami once you finish the Indigo Disc story. I am aware that if you go to the top of that one mountain where that pool is, that a thing happens. I will avoid saying much more. I imagine some of you will have heard. Are you aware that there is another... Well, there is another DLC... There is another free bit of DLC coming to this. January 11th, I believe it is. Fun fact, it's already in the game. People who've hacked their game have already played the thing. But there is like a... From what I've heard, it's about an hour-long little additional story event coming on January 11th that adds a new mythical Pokemon. But that's nice. It's nice that even with this DLC, we've got, like, less than a month away, another little batch of Pokemon to experience. Right. Lily in the YouTube chat says, as someone that's not played much Scarlet and Violet, maybe 5 gyms or so, how is the DLC and the overall performance? As I remember, the game ran abysmally at launch. I mean, it doesn't run amazingly still, but, like, it helps that the DLC is in just one enclosed dome, and as such, nothing's too intensive, but let me quickly show you. You can now fly, and as soon as you start flying very high and looking down as you do so, the frame rate starts going, oh god, what are you doing? Particularly if you then start going like, I'm going to very quickly fly down to the ground. Go! Go! Load in assets! Sometimes it has a bit of a struggle. But in terms of, like, the game, the DLC is primarily focused around double battles, and quite high-level double battles. Like, I think the first battle in the DLC is, like, a level 80 double battle. And you get trainers using, like, actual, proper, like, decent competitive strategies. There, you know, you'll see trainers running stuff like Life Orb. You'll see trainers running, really interesting sets, like, doing obvious things like, oh, I want to have a big, Life Orb Earthquake Sweeper. So, to prevent myself damaging my own Pokemon, I'll run it alongside Pokemon with, like, Flying and Levitate so that they don't get damaged by my overpowered, everyone gets hit Earthquake. There's, like, some thought put into the DLC stuff. Echo says damage moves only, and to be a TBH, I agree. Sorry. Echo says Fee just said damage moves only, and to be honest, I agree. Load up on legendaries and damage only moves. So, I was that person for the longest time. And you know what changed me on this? It's a single move. It's called Belly Drum. It halves it halves your health when you use it, but it triples your damage for the rest of the game, for the rest of the fight. So give it to a Pokemon that can, like, I have an Azumarill that has an item called Shell Bell, so when it does damage, it heals itself. You do this non-damaging move once, and all your attacks are triple strength. And I'm like, cool. I now understand why non-damaging moves are good. Belly Drum, like, sold me on not attacking this turn means I can do more damage next time. Oh, sorry, quadruple damage. Sorry, it's quadruple damage. Belly Drum. Belly Drum is quadruple damage. Sorry, it's increased by 3 stages, which makes it 4 times damage. In my head, the fact that it's 3 stages in my head always means triple, and I know that's not how that works. Yeah, so I've been trying to find either of these 2 shiny Pokemon that I'm looking for right now for a little while. The one I really need is Piplup, the little penguin down the bottom. I need 3 shiny Piplups. I need 1 shiny Oshawott. And the only reason I'm really shiny hunting the Oshawott up in the top right is because there is no place in this game where I can just shiny hunt for Piplup. No matter where I go, it will always be, at the very least, Piplup and Oshawott and Seal. And I've not found any shiny Oshawotts or Piplups, but you know what I have found? 6 shiny Seal. I found 6 shiny Seal. And that's impressive, because you know how this Seal is just white? The shiny is cream. It barely looks any different, and somehow I've spotted 6 of them, and not one of these little penguins or otters. Shiny Seal Team 6. Echo says, Fee says via Echo, but for an entire turn their health bar stays the same. Yes, but it means that after that you get the beautiful joy of, I press the button and it dies, no matter how strong it is. Particularly when you're doing, like, raid battles against, like, the big boss Pokemon that take, like, 4 people to take out. You watch everyone else, like, chip away a little bit of damage, and you're like, oh, just wait. You Belly Drum, and you do Play Rough, and the entire health bar goes in 1 hit, and you're like, you were all doing your attacking moves. I took my time. Ha-ha! 1 turn of patience is about all the patience I have. Like, in theory, I know people who do raid battles with, like, setting up, like, a metal sound and stuff like that to one stage at a time, you know, increase or decrease stats. I don't have the patience for that. I will accept one turn. It's the reason I like Belly Drum. I only have to have one turn of not attacking, and then I get to be attacking again. Cool, nice to see you over in the Twitch chat, Lily. I will do my best to remember regardless in case you're in the YouTube chat in future, but all good. Sword and Dragon and Quiver Dances could be real good. Yeah, those are, what, 2 stages? A 2-stage increase, I think? Like a 2-stage increase is pretty damn good. Single stage increase, I'm like so-so, but give me a 2-stage increase, I might give you a turn. Come on, shiny. Oh, I don't know if I've shown off on stream yet. I have a shiny bird with a bisexual pride flag for a beak. I somehow made it this many years without knowing that that was a thing that Pokemon did. They just put a pride flag on a beak. Also, I've just seen, 1 second. Oh, thank you very much for the Prime sub, Lily. Thank you very much for sneaking into Jeff Bezos' home and going, hey, look, it's a Mew over there. And Bezos goes, oh, that's a one-of-a-kind thing. I must possess it because I must have all the rarest things. And thank you for using that opportunity to steal some coins off his counter table and run away. Yes, I've just realized that I didn't have the other thing up there that has my notifications in. But now I have it. There we go. Yes, let me find my shiny pride flag beak, because it's quite something. Here we go. That's just a bisexual pride flag. I want variants of this bird that have other pride flags on them now. You can't... It's unfair... Okay, I was going to say it's unfair for there to only be a bisexual pride flag Pokemon, but I'm pretty sure shiny Sylveon is like the trans flag Pokemon. Like, I'm sure we can find some. It's such a good Pokemon. How long do we have right now on this? We've only got 5 minutes. How have we only got 5 minutes left on this shiny hunt? This is like my 6th attempt at this shiny hunt. And I've not found a single one of the shinies I need. Yet the other night we did that Litten shiny hunt and found all 3 Litten in a single sandwich. This is bigotry, Pokemon. Arachnovolt says, I completely forgot about the other Paradox Legendary Pokemon, so now I have 2 glaring holes in my living dex. Yeah, so I haven't done the DLC in Scarlet yet, meaning I don't have the other 2 Paradox Pokemon, because my copy of Scarlet was a cartridge, and I lent that cartridge to a friend who, we got a Switch for them recently, and sort of fixed it up and got it working for them. And me and Jane just lent a bunch of our, like, physical game library so they'd have, like, a starting collection of stuff to play on it. And I handed over Scarlet, not really thinking about it, and then realized that this DLC was probably going to have a couple of exclusives I would still need Scarlet for, and I'm like, I have a couple of trade evolutions I need, and I have those 2 paradoxes, and at some point over the festive period, I'm seeing the person who has Scarlet, so I might just be like, can I borrow Scarlet back for, like, 2 hours, and I might just speedrun the DLC as best I can to get the paradoxes. Just use Pokemon Home to really quickly fill in my decks. Because I don't think you even need to finish the story to get the paradoxes. I think you just need 200 entries in the new decks. But if I just transfer Pokemon over, I could very quickly get the paradoxes and run. Because I'm shiny hunting these 2 things at once, one of which is dark and I want to be light, and one which is light and I want to be dark, Sometimes two of them will spawn near each other, and my brain will go, there's light and dark next to each other, one of them must be the shiny, and I'm like, no, they're just the two different things I'm shiny hunting. Brain. I know this is confusing, I know we don't usually do more than one of these shiny hunts at once. 272 of them could be the starters. Gosh, yeah, I hadn't really considered that. The starters and their evolutions is 72 Pokemon at this point. No, I'm not gonna gaslight my friend into thinking that Scarlet and Violet, like, and swapping them around. That's mean. You know what I would be more likely to do at this point? Is just buy a digital copy of Scarlet, because I'm pretty sure the save work. I've done this with other games. You can move from a physical to a digital and your save still works fine. I might just get myself a digital copy of Scarlet just to finish that last little bit of shiny hunting I need to do and those things. I miss shiny hunting in Legends Arceus too. I miss the sparkle and the little sound effect. And you know what annoys me most about this DLC? It really annoys me about this DLC. Is you can unlock an enhanced lock-on that gives you a bunch of information about the Pokemon you're looking at. Like, the gender of the Pokemon, or, let me find a good example, this one is slightly larger than the average Piplup. Or, can I find one with a mark? Or, wait, was this one? Yeah, this one has a mark of some kind, like, a special thing about it. But the one thing it won't tell you is shiny status. It would have been so easy for this, like, late game thing that you have to buy with additional currency to just let you highlight a Pokemon and go, is that one shiny? That one's not shiny. Okay, cool. That one shiny? No. It would have been so... It would have been such an easy bit of quality of life for the Pokemon that look really similar to their other forms. Just let me run around doing this. Shiny? No. Shiny? No. Shiny? No. It's such a needless thing for them to not include. It would have been such an obvious win. Like a really nice meet in the middle point that wouldn't have pissed too many people off on either side of the shiny hunting debate, I think. Rant says, I tried shiny hunting an Alpha Dusknoir in Legends Arceus and tapped out after getting multiple shinies other than one I needed. Yes, my 6 shiny seals currently sat in my box. Very, very much understand that particular frustration. You know, that it's the ebb and flow of shiny hunting. Sometimes you have Monday night on Twitch where we got 3 shiny Littens in about 25 minutes, and sometimes you're on your 5th or 6th shiny hunt, having not found a single Piplup or Oshawott, but you have found 6 seals. I 100%ed the decks today. Most people will trade back the legendary from your game afterwards. Yeah, so here's the thing. I know I could trade back, but I want to have a living dex. I'm less interested in I finished the dex, because I don't even know if there is a reward for finishing this regional dex, and if there is, I don't know what it is. And I know I could trade back. I'd rather just wait until I have my own ones with my original trainer name that I can have in my living decks. But also, if I know they should trade back, but if they don't, I know I could trade with someone else to get back the ones I had originally or whatever. They wouldn't have my original trainer name, they wouldn't have my OT, and I don't want to risk the situation where I then have to, if I want an OT version of those paradoxes from Violet, because I can't get my originals back, have to replay the entire game to get some OT paradoxes. I'm just not going to risk it with people I don't know. Anyone in Twitch chat, I trade back for the deck slots, but I'm not doing it with the, I'm not doing it with the trade codes and just hoping that I get my OTs back. The Arachnovault says, would you like to know if there's a reward for finishing the Blueberry Academy Pokedex? Sure, let me know if there's a reward, while I remake that sandwich and try this shiny hunt at least one more time. Princess Lily says, another thing I adore with Legends Arceus is the linking cable item. For someone like me who doesn't get to do the trading as much, it was a cool addition. Yeah, I'd really appreciate that right now so that I could do some of those evolutions without having to find someone to trade with. Also, if anyone in chat's happy to, like, trade and trade back just so I can do my trade evolutions, that would be super appreciated. Let me do the sandwich quickly. James B. Good says, I also wish they kept the Arceus mechanic of shinies appearing on the field with the shiny sand and sparkle, rather than just keeping an eye out. Yes, you know what, I made a video about this just before Scarlet and Violet came out. Rather than taking those mechanics away, I wanted them to be better in Scarlet and Violet. Because as great as the sparkle visual happens and the sound effect happens, sorry, I'm just double-checking my way around here quickly. Yes, deaf players were disadvantaged in shiny hunting in that game, because if you could hear, the sparkle sound could be heard whether you were looking at the shiny Pokemon when it spawned in or not. The visual cue, you had to be looking in the right direction, so deaf players would only know if there was a shiny if it spawned in their field of view, not if it spawned off-screen. My suggestion was going to be have the sparkle appear at the edge of the screen in the direction the Pokemon is, if it's off-screen when it happens, to bring the visual and the audio cue in line with each other. But no, they went the other way and just took it out entirely. Terra, let's see. Mark badge, more marks. Okay, that's fine. I don't really care about marks. I can't let myself care about marks, because if I did, I would start caring about shinies with marks, and then this whole quest would never end. Terra says, Piplup reminds me of the video you did about Pokemon and puberty blockers metaphor. It made me ugly cry in a good way, and I showed my sister as a way of understanding how I feel. Oh, I'm glad. I'm really proud of that quite stupid video. Which, I don't remember who it was in Twitch chat, but it was... I was shiny hunting... I think it was around the time when the final episode of Pokemon aired, and we were doing a shiny hunting stream, and singing a bunch of Pokemon songs, and just having a Pokemon time, and someone in chat vaguely said something that made me go, actually, that's quite a strong metaphor, go, go, go. Yeah, let's see. Right, so, yeah, I've got my marks, there we go. It's one of a couple of, like, slightly stupid, but I honestly think they're quite good videos I did this year. It was the... Everstones in Pokemon are basically just a puberty blocker metaphor. And the video about the Legend of Zelda timeline and Link's left and right-handedness, and the fact that the timeline split seems to go along left or right-handedness lines, and the narrative implications of Link becomes right-handed after this series of events splits the timeline. What does that mean? What do we say about the ambidextrous Link timeline? I fucking love that video, despite it being confidently stated nonsense. I occasionally need a bit of confidently stated nonsense in my life. If I was going to get into marks for Pokemon, I would need... Like, I would be that kind of person where I would go... I want my Pokemon to have every single mark it could possibly have. Is that Pokemon available in XD Gale of Darkness? Well, I'm going to need to transfer it forward from there and get the marks in everything I transfer it through. I'd become that person, and I can't let myself be that person. Like, that is one of those things where I'm like, I know my personality type. I would lose the rest of my life to trying to do that. The Shinies is... vaguely achievable by comparison. Yeah, it's a good sandwich. Hamburger, 3 slices of tomato, a little bit of onion, some cucumber, some green pepper, and I don't put the top of the bread on. Okay. Let's try this one more bloody time. It does kind of look like a tugboat. It is stacked entirely for making it the least likely to fall over. That is its entire purpose, is to not fall over and ruin my stats. Right, this way. extreme idea. Physically make the sandwiches during gameplay. Well, the thing is, I don't know if you know this, I'm autistic. I'm real bad with food textures. Basically every single thing in that sandwich, other than the hamburger patty, I could not eat. So it would be wasting food unless I made Jane eat every sandwich I made during shiny hunting. And I don't want to rope someone else into a stupid idea like that. Like, if I was less of a texture-fussy eater, I would totally do a stream where I shiny hunt, and every time I need to restart the shiny hunt, I have to make and eat the sandwich again. I don't know how long a video it would be. I don't know how many times I could eat a sandwich every half an hour. I don't know if that's sustainable. But I would make that silly video if the sandwich fillings were things I could eat, which are not, because I have... My brain ain't so good with textures. Darksteel, yes, I have heard about James McCaffrey's death. I have not read a lot of specifics. It's one of those that my takeaway was, yep, another person's passed away. It's going to be depressing to read about. Not on this day. It sucks that another person making cool stuff doesn't get to make cool stuff, and that their family's left behind. Death sucks. Woo. You know. Echo, that's the other question. Where would I get the Herba Mystica? I feel like I would have to just, like, vaguely do the correct flavor. So, like, if it was a salty Herba Mystica, I just put some salt on the sandwich. Sweet Herba Mystica, I sprinkle some sugar on the sandwich. You know, I feel like that would have to be the approach if we did it. Like, put some pink food coloring in some sugar, and that's now sweet Herba Mystica. Yeah, I've probably talked about this before. My thing with food, I'm oversimplifying a very complicated set of weird rules in my head about food. It's basically, I can't do food that has two textures in a bite. If I have to bite through one texture to get to a different texture, particularly if one of the textures involved is, like, pulpy, cannot do it. Also, inconsistency or unpredictability of texture. If a food is going to be a different texture today than it was the last time I had it, my brain just goes, something's wrong, and freaks the fuck out. Which makes particularly a lot of fruit, very difficult. You mean like cream-filled donuts? I can't eat those as I got a stomachache the last time I had it. So, cream-filled donuts, like, the donut and the cream, if they're close enough, my brain can go, both soft. They're both close enough. But in that case, I would, like, in my mouth be separate, like, TMI, I would separate the two textures out in my mouth and swallow one at a time. It's more for something like, imagine something like a mince pie, where there's like a bunch of different textures going on in there at once, or pineapple, where you bite through the outer edge and then suddenly it's more watery and pulpy inside. Like, that's the kind of stuff that my brain just, like, goes irrationally haywire at. I had a sandwich, Lily says, I had a sandwich a few days ago that had soft bits, crunchy bits, and pulpy bits all at once. My brain did not have a good time. Yeah, it's... If I can separate the textures out from each other and deal with them one at a time, it's okay. Like, if you get one of those, like, nice ice creams with, like, all the chunks of stuff in it, that's fine, because I can basically separate out the ice cream in my mouth and swallow that and then be like, and now I have the bits, and I have those. If I can, like, separate them and catalog them and deal with them separately, that's fine. It's when I have to simultaneously do multiple textures, my brain's like, oh, does not compute, cannot put this into one predictable box. Okay, I might just go to a different area to continue this shiny hunt just to shake it up, so I don't mentally zone out and stop noticing the Pokemon properly. So, let's... go over this way. Oh, no. It was Oshawott. I'm getting even the names confused now. Just... game, give me a singular area where I can shiny hunt just one of these in isolation, please. I am so much better at shiny hunting when everything that is spawning is the same one thing, and I just have to spot something that doesn't look quite the same as everything else around it. It makes shiny hunting so much easier when I only have one thing that I'm comparing against. Ooh, thank you very much, Queer Buccaneer, for the raid. Welcome, everyone. Hi, my name's Laura. We are shiny hunting in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet right now, looking for either the little otter in the top right, in the sort of darker blue body, or the lighter blue-headed penguin down the bottom of the screen. Oh, Darksteel, thank you very much for the bits. What do you think is the most overrated game of all time? For me, it's probably a tie between Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. Most overrated game. What is a game that everyone seems to love that I just can't get into? This is a tricky question. There are certain games I've tried to get into multiple times and just didn't click. I don't know. I don't have a good answer to this off the top of my head. But if anyone else has got other suggestions, I would love to hear other people's thoughts. See if it sparks anything in me. Have a look. I don't know. Bad bitch kidnaps me and makes me their pet. Oh, are you assuming this was in reference to the pirate attack? I was very confused and thought that was just an out-of-nowhere discussion of getting kidnapped, and was just like, okay, hope you're doing well. Darksteel says, not a big on the Portal games, tried to get into them at no avail. Definitely not that one for me. FIFA? I just don't like sports games. Like, I don't think they're overrated, it's just not a genre for me. Like, I think... for a thing to feel overrated, it has to be a thing where I like the genre, but this one thing just doesn't gel for me. Yeah. But, let me go have a look at best rated games of all time quickly, and I'll see if any of them spark any thoughts. Best rated video games of all time. Let's see what the first game on that list that I actively think is bad is. I want to go from, like, number 1 and backwards. Yeah, Oberdin, I don't think it's overrated. I just think I get motion sick playing it, and therefore I can't get on with it. I don't think that necessarily makes it overrated. I just cannot really play it. Yeah, let me have a look. What on here would I say overrated? I'm having a look. Anything in the top 100. Hmm. Oh, I don't know. I'm struggling. Apparently, I've spent too much of my day today in thinking about games I love mode, and therefore my brain is seemingly incapable of being like, nah, tell everyone their favorite game sucks. Just not the brain space I was in today, apparently. Yep, that Oshawott was shiny. That's was not shiny. That's fine. What else has chat got? Oh, you're doing that thing where you've stopped attacking Pokemon for no reason. Oh, don't do that. Don't make me have to restart the game to get auto battle working again. Don't break auto battle like 20 seconds from now. Honestly, yeah, some of the there's some Bethesda games that I would maybe put in that camp. I keep almost gravitating towards games and then not saying them. Oh, my Pokemon have stopped attacking things. We're restarting this shiny hunt. I need to get my auto battle working again, and it has broken, and I'm just not gonna futz around with constantly swapping my team to get auto battle working. Ugh. Overrated. You know what I'll say? And I'm gonna piss some people off with this, probably. The original Crash Bandicoot is not a good game. It is a platforming game that frequently makes you run toward the camera and gives you way too little notice about incoming threats, so you just run into a thing you could not have seen coming. Even the side-scrolling levels frequently are too tightly zoomed in for you to have like a real good view of what you're doing. They lived off of the wacky, memorable sounds of the protagonist and the fact that the system didn't have fucking Mario to compete with. I don't think the original Crash Bandicoot's all that great. I think that it's an interesting series that gets better, but I think the first Crash Bandicoot has some, like, fundamental problems as a 3D platformer. There you go. That's one I can say. I think the first Crash Bandicoot, a lot of people's love of it is because it was the Mario alternative they had access to, and without the rose-tinted glasses of time of this is the platformer I had, I don't think it's as good as people remember it being. And I'm not saying that people, you know, there are things to love about it, and if you love it, that's great. To me, it really feels like it learned a lot of bad habits as an early 3D game that wouldn't be forgiven in other titles. Okay, try this one more time. You know what? I'm gonna, you know what, on the same track, and I know someone piggybacked off of it in chat who... Yeah, Lily in chat says, piggybacking off Laura here, but the Mega Drive Sonic the Hedgehog games. I think the first Sonic the Hedgehog wants you to go fast and feel cool going fast, and punishes you for trying to be cool and go fast. And I think that fundamental, like, dichotomy is, like, that first game disincentivizes doing the thing it knows feels coolest. And I just don't think that works. I don't think that, making running fast be the thing that feels cool and then punishing you if you try and do it makes for particularly rewarding design. And I get it. Like, I've learned to appreciate that series more over time and to get what it's going for. But I think it had a very muddled sense of what its own appeal was. Yeah. There you go. There's a couple of games I don't like the word overrated because it suggests that people who do like them are wrong. And I'm like, no, you're not wrong. But I don't like them as much as the majority opinion. I wouldn't have rated them where the majority rated them. Okay, right, let's go. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to do more shiny hunting on stream on Friday, or whether I might do some of the Vampire Survivors Among Us DLC. The story mode for that, I might do a bit of on stream Friday. Echo says, for me, the entire Souls-like genre is the thing I can't see the appeal of. The appeal of it is, do you hate yourself? Do you want to punish yourself for your hobbies? Do you think you don't deserve fun? And that you deserve to be punished for thinking you should have free time to have fun? Then the Souls games might be for you. Oh, I should be working and being productive rather than playing games right now. I'm gonna let myself play a game, but I'm gonna, like, punish myself for it. I'm gonna make sure I have a bad time playing a game. That's why you pick up a Souls game. Look, sometimes I want to have fun when I play my games, and sometimes I want to wander around in circles not finding the shiny Pokemon that I'm supposed to be finding, and then beat up a metal robot man a bunch of times. Oh, you know, I don't know how many of you have, if any of you have watched the my Game of the Year video that went up earlier today. Even if you don't like Souls games, I hope people appreciate my favorite bit of my Game of the Year video, where I insert about 30 seconds of me fighting a boss in Lies of P using the PlayStation Access controller set to the opening theme tune to Shadow the Hedgehog, I Am All of Me, because I maintain the best way to play that game is with that one opening song to Shadow the Hedgehog playing on loop during every boss fight. I think it makes that game 1000% more hilarious. We did it on stream at some point, but I had to put it in my Game of the Year video. I was just like, I need to show you literally every boss fight is better when you've got Shadow singing, "Can you see all of me? Walk into my mystery." I kind of want to replay Shadow the Hedgehog sometime. You know what I've wanted to do for a while? I made a stupid video a while back, and it's unlisted now. It's not easily findable on my channel, but I made a stupid video where I commentated a Shadow the Hedgehog Let's Play as Kylo Ren from the recently at the time released Star Wars films. I put a little voice filter on and did my best shitty teenage emo boy voice. Put some filters over it. I did Kylo Ren plays Shadow the Hedgehog. And I don't think Kylo Ren would work anymore. I think the time has passed. But I want to find another similarly edgy, like, stupid emo character to have play a Shadow the Hedgehog playthrough. It was such a stupid bit. I need to get around to making more, like, really stupid gag videos. I was thinking the other day about the video I did that was Kylo Ren makes an AMV. And I genuinely love that video. I allowed myself to make a shitty Windows Movie Maker, like, anime music video to Linkin Park's Breaking the Habit, using footage from Luke and Vader's fight in Star Wars and the Naruto Sasuke fight from Naruto. That video is so stupid and I love it. Yeah, sometimes, look, sometimes you have a stupid idea and you're like, I have to make this. I think it was this year, I made one really stupid TikTok that didn't get appreciated enough, so I posted it again, and the second time, the creator of the bit of music I used in it saw it and enjoyed it, and I was like, cool, it has been appreciated enough now. There is a creator called Kimya Dawson, who has a song that I think is wonderful, that very few people know, called Keep On Writing. And it's got a line in it that is something like, and if you see me and I'm dreaming about auditions for Annie. But I cut the line short, so instead of auditions, it sounded like, the way she pronounces it, I cut it short and it sounds like the word oddish. So the TikTok is just, and if you see me and I'm dreaming about oddish, and then an oddish pops up on screen. It's such a stupid little video, and it's maybe the thing I'm proudest of this year, is this stupid little video where I cut a word off early and put an oddish on screen. It was way too niche of a joke to make because it needed people to be both Kimya Dawson and Pokemon fans. And I'm pretty sure, like, there's maybe 3 or 4 people in the world who sit in the overlap of, I would recognize this Kimya Dawson song and I know what an oddish is. But sometimes you just go, I have the stupid idea, I must make the stupid idea. Piplup! Give me the fucking shiny Piplup already. Okay, we're gonna try a different search location in a minute. I know where I'm going. Okay, you're not shiny, no. Yeah, sometimes there's a Venn diagram and you are the only individual in the Venn diagram and you still have to make the content. I'm looking for... I need 3 shiny Piplups and 1 shiny Oshawott, and neither of them will show up, but I have found 6 shiny seals, because of course I have. Ooh, shiny Kyurem in Pokemon Go today. Congrats! Did I get the one I wanted on Monday? Was that the Pick-a-Peck, the little birds? I did. I now have all 3 stages of the shiny little bird family. We're doing the cats as well. I got all 3 of those in one go. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is try going in and out of this cave to, like, get a fresh set of spawns and hope that we get, like, a decent number. And I'm not going to auto-battle all of them. I'm going to, at a glance, go, do I see a shiny? I'm going to trust my instinct and trust my ability to, like, at a glance, see the shiny, and just try and get through more spawns at a time. There's a big group like this, I might come over just to double check. If there's just a few isolated ones, trust my gut and move on. Is there a hamster Pokemon? Because since owning a hamster, I've become quite obsessed by them. Yeah, there's a few Pokemon that I would say are hamster ones. My brain is blanking on them now. I'm too close to Christmas. My brain has clocked out for the week now. I would need to look through. There's some of the Pikachu clones that are clearly hamsters. Chat probably knows. My brain is gone. My brain has been clocked out, ready for like a week or 2 off. It's been ready for that for a while now. I am very burned out, and my brain is operating on its last like 3 or 4 spare brain cells. No shiny, run. In the cave. Oh, what's the one from Sword and Shield that transforms? It's called Mon something. It goes between like its happy form and its angry form. That's kind of a hamster, right? Stop spawning one Piplup with a big batch of Oshawott. My brain sees one that's darker than the others and thinks I found the shiny. Morpeko! Yeah, more. Am I imagining it, or is Morpeko probably a hamster? Or Pico? It's hamsterish cool. I remembered a hamster Pokemon. I feel like there's better hamsters than that. Like, I feel like you could make a whole team of hamster Pokemon if you needed to. I couldn't right now, at least not, you know, if I had to name them to put them on my team, but one could. I was gonna try and describe another hamster Pokemon, then, and before I started, I realized I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of the hamster from Overwatch and not a Pokemon. So it's a good thing I caught myself on that one before trying to go, yeah, no, that hamster Pokemon. Let me just Google hamster Pokemon. There's gotta be a good list of hamster Pokemon. Oh, Dedenne. Dedende's clearly a hamster. Okay, I'm looking at a list of rodent Pokemon. This should find me hamsters pretty quick. Formy, pretty solid hamster. Other good hamsters. Yeah, Morpeko. Yeah, Dedende's, I think, the other one I would suggest. Morpeko and Dedenne are the obvious hamsters. Morpeko apparently has a marsupial pouch for snacks. That's great. Can I have a marsupial pouch for snacks? I think I deserve one. I should have a place on my person that just snacks are. How long do I have? I got 18 minutes on this hunt. Someone develop the tech so I can have a snack pouch. Like, genetically have a snack pouch. I'm aware there are non-genetic solutions to that problem, but I want a snack pouch. No, you're not the shiny. I'm starting to second guess. I'm seeing things I know aren't shiny and going, yeah, but I should check just in case it's a shiny. As soon as I find one that's shiny and I see that it looks noticeably different in, like, the game lighting, I will feel a lot more confident about just doing the glance checks, but until I actually have success, I'm like, oh, well, I should probably check. Eh. Eel, why do you look so evil in your lighting when I see you from inside the cave? I need a place with fewer seals. This is why I found like 6 shiny seals while trying to do this hunt. There's nowhere I can do this hunt that doesn't outnumber like seal to, it doesn't outnumber the thing I'm looking for like 6 to 1. If this one is not successful, I'm just going to shiny hunt something else for now and come back to this hunt later. I'm going to give myself an easy win. I'll pick something that is very visually distinct and not so tiny. I'll make that my next... I'll do a hunt of something that's like really, really easy and I can just switch my brain off for. Both of these are big brain required hunts. Keep my focus up. Yeah, it was only seals, nothing else that time. There is no good place to do this shiny hunt. Okay. New tactic on how to do this hunt. Where is Seal in the Pokédex? I've got a new tactic here. Seal, there you are. Where do you not appear? I'm pretty sure this is a one-to-one overlap with where Oshawott and Thingybob are found. But I'm going to take a chance and go... If I go parallel with... And like here... I don't think the Oshawotts and the Piplups are going to appear up here, but I need somewhere without seal spawns just to try. Oh yeah, I'm getting Alcremie spawns up here. I'm not even getting water type spawns. Full stop. So this is not going to work. I'm like a little niche here. If I... As soon as I get down here, yeah, Seal's going to spawn again. It's just a one-to-one overlap. And neither Pelipper or Oshawott are dual types, so I can't just shiny hunt the other typing. Ugh. Arachnovolt says, this year I decided to do a top 10 list of stuff I watched in addition to Game of the Year, and fucking hell, there's been some damn good stuff this year. I forgot that the Owl House's final episodes came out this year. God damn. Oh, the Owl House is so good. That final season, clearly a little bit rushed, in the way that, you know, Cartoon Network creators are forced to rush the endings of their shows if they get even a little bit gay, but, oh, that last episode or two of Owl House was so good. I need to finish watching Amphibia on that note. To finish Amphibia. And now that I'm talking about those kind of animated shows, I really want to watch the first couple of seasons of Infinity Train. Infinity Train was damn good. Yeah, what... I need to think about what came out this year. Was Severance this year? That might have been last year. When did Severance come out? I did hear there is a film coming from the Amphibia creator, and also, I think, the Steven Universe person's also working on it, I think? Or it might have been the Owl House person. It's the Amphibia person and someone else from another one of that era of shows. Okay, Severance was last year, but god damn, Severance is good. I must have told you all about Severance. The best season 1 of a TV show I think I've ever seen. For anyone who's not seen it, the spoiler-light pitch is, there is a company that's working on really secretive stuff, and they don't want people working at the company leaking the shit they do at work. And so they develop a procedure called Severance, where you agree to have your work and your home selves mentally separated. So when you are at home, you cannot remember your work the time you spend at work, and when you're at work, you cannot remember your life outside of work. As far as you are concerned as a person outside of work, you walk in the office at the start of the day, and instantly the next thing you're aware of is you leaving the office. It is a show about trying to solve a mystery, where, as a single person, you know all of the stuff you need to know to solve the mystery, but your in-work self can't communicate what it knows to the out-of-work self and vice versa. It is a dark horror comedy. It is a horror about, like, hey, this sounds like a great idea until you are the version trapped in work, and the second you leave the office at the end of the day, you're right back in the office, and you do not know a life outside of work and the hell that creates. It's a fucking masterpiece of a show. Fucking Ben Stiller, of all people, wrote it, and it's fucking incredible. It is one of the best, like, tense thrillers I've ever seen. Its first season is fucking immaculate. Oh, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur came out this year. It is on the list of stuff I need to see. Oh, Arachnovolt! Someone else has... I'm so glad you brought up Kazazimoto Generation Fire. No one knows that fucking show exists, and it's the greatest thing. Look, don't give Disney money, but if you were to, by means, acquire one piece of Disney content from Disney Plus, it would be Kazazimoto Generation Fire. It is an anthology of short animated short films, all set in Africa or by creators from Africa or in some way inspired by Africa. And it has some really incredible stuff in there. There is one of the shorts is about someone getting into, like, a motorcycle race with aliens to try and stop his town being destroyed, because these aliens think destroying the town would be a laugh. And it turns into, like, a fucking anime mech motorcycle race through dimensions. If any of you know Studio Trigger and their work, specifically the anime firefighting mech movie Promare, this, like, from a very small team that does not have much, like, published experience, it's up there with fucking Promare in terms of, like, visually like, it nails, like, the energy and the vibe and the tone of like, Studio Trigger's work in Promare. It is incredible, and I would watch an entire, like, longer spin-off series of space motorcycle mech races from those creators. Rantnovot says, each one is made by an African animation studio. It's all just dope as hell Afrofuturist stuff. Every one of them is immaculate. Yes, every one of them is immaculate. It is one of the most, like, rock-solid start-to-finish anthology projects I've seen in a while, in terms of, like, being interesting hit after hit after hit. God, Arachno, the one involving the underwater ocean people, I will say no more than that. That one broke me. That one was fucking fantastic. Yeah, if you, like, steal someone's Disney Plus login to, like, watch one thing, make it Kazazimoto Generation Fire. Anytime I bring that show up, no one has heard of it. And I'm so glad that Arachno has seen it too, because I sometimes think I've gone a little mad when I'm like, this is one of the best things this year and no one fucking talks about it. Keeps me a little bit of sanity. No worries, have a good rest of your evening, Lily. Yeah, what was that one I was talking about? The Kazazimoto. Let me see if I can find a trailer for the... Actually, yeah, let me just find, like, a general sizzle reel, because, like, that I need to give you a sense of, like, what this animation stuff looks like. It's...
Oh,
That's better. Look, I'm not one to play you fucking Disney Plus adverts. Don't give Disney your money, but, like, this is the one thing where I'm like, yeah, you made something pretty special here.
Open your eyes.
Let me throw this trailer up.
It is not what we have.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
But what we do.
Oh! Oh, the squid surfboarding one.
Let's go.
God, just watching this is reminding me of half the ones I'd forgotten.
We are headed to the big leagues, Jaya Army. From the ruins of great Zimbabwe.
Oh god, the social media one. Oh, and the one about, oh sorry, yeah.
Are a disgrace.
There were so many good.
I should be out there making them pay.
Yeah. There were so many good stories in this.
Move.
You will not have him again.
God, there was some fantastic acting in it.
You think that's fast?
Yeah, that was the pro-mare looking one. This fucking anime motorcycle race. I want to find a proper clip of. I want to find a clip of that one specifically, because that is the one that I always try and tell people visually on, like, this collection's doing some out there shit. I need to find a list of the episodes so I can find out which one that is and find a clip of just that one I'm looking for. What was there? Little boy, Makuzi, the Spirit Racer. That's the one I'm looking for. It's like the second episode, and it's such a strong place to start that. Can I find? Okay, I've got a clip of someone doing, like, here is a shot I was responsible for in that show alongside the storyboard animatics and stuff. This is probably the best I'm going to be able to show you what this animation is like, because there are no, considering how gorgeous this thing is, there's no clips of it on YouTube. I can't find clips of this thing on YouTube to show you what it is. And that should tell you that it's underappreciated. This should be everywhere.
Already dead.
Yeah, look at that bottom shot. Such good use of, like, forced perspective, foreshortening, and, like, held poses. The sense of speed in this one.
Guys, you see?
Like, it understands momentum and collision, exaggeration. Yeah, like, oh god, there's so much good stuff in that. Yeah, again, I'm not here to, you know, fucking Disney is a bad company that I do not recommend giving your money to, but, like, if you can, if there's one Disney thing you see, go fucking make it that. That deserved more. Oshawott says, the fear with an anthology series is the fear that some of the episode might be hit or miss. Pardon the pun, but every single fucking one is on fire. Could not agree more. There is not a flop in that anthology. I hope they get to make a second anthology. I hope they get to continue it. I do love me a good anthology. You know, some of them can be hit and miss sometimes. Love, Death and Robots definitely had some flops in it, but, like, I generally speaking, I like anthology animation anthologies. No. Oshawott, you don't have to apologize for hijacking the stream to talk about that show. You acknowledged the show existed, and I interrupted the stream to go, oh, we don't just mention that in passing. I, Laura, wish to gush about this show. I will never apologize for gushing about that. Yeah, look. If nothing else, here's how I justify telling you that, you know, if you can acquire a copy, go watch Kazazimoto. If a company like Disney is going to exist, I don't want them using the fact that a really cool thing didn't get seen as an excuse not to make more of it. And Kazazimoto got, like, 0 fucking advertising, and therefore no one watched it because no one knew it existed. They didn't, like, big it up as a thing. And what needs to happen is that, in particular, getting some praise. So people, they go, oh, that interesting creative thing we did that, like, you know, reached out to a bunch of, like, you know, that was very forward-thinking in who it approached to tell what kind of stories. Maybe more of that. And less money into, here is the next sequel to the next franchise thing that we're farming out. Yes, I put the shinies we're looking for on screen in order to show you roughly what we're looking for. We're looking for this penguin, but with a lighter blue head, and we're looking for that otter, but with like a red nose and a darker blue body. Yeah, Disney did the thing they frequently do with quote-unquote diverse projects, where they don't market them, and then use the fact that no one saw them because they didn't market them as an excuse not to do more of them in the future. It is the self-fulfilling prophecy that Disney has gotten really good at. Oh, there was just a whole group of Piplups, or Oshawotts here, and they vanished. Hey, AJ, how am I doing? I'm pretty good. The only bit of work I have left to do, I've got a stream on Friday. Pole Position goes up tomorrow, and I have to subtitle like a half-hour-long accessibility episode that's probably going up tomorrow. And then I am done for the festive holidays. And I am very burned out. And I'm ready to just have a bit of time to do head empty, no thoughts, head empty, no expectation that I make things, just kind of cease existing for a bit. Dante Sapien says, as someone with colorblindness, looking for a different shade of Pokemon gives me anxiety. Yeah, this is why it was really good in Legends Arceus when there was a specific sound effect to tell you that a shiny had happened, and a visual effect that did a sparkle when a shiny appeared. That was really good for people with various disabilities and just generally more accessible. And it is actively a failure on Nintendo's part that they had what in effect was an accessibility solution for shiny hunting, and then they took it away, making their game actively less accessible because Nintendo has frequently demonstrated not only do they not actively care about accessibility, they will go out of their way to remove it sometimes. Oh. You know what? There's part of me that wants to play that would love to shiny hunt this game, like, on a modded console, and change nothing at all about, like, the shiny hunting, the shiny spawn stats or anything. Nothing that makes my shiny hunting experience different, except see if there's a mod that will add in a sparkle sound effect when a shiny appears. I know it would be playing on a hacked version of the game and illegitimate, but, like, would anyone blame me for shiny hunting in a modded version purely to get the shiny sparkle sound back? How's the shiny starter hunting? I got 3 shiny Littens the other night, so those are good. My sandwich just ran out. I need 3 Piplups, 1 Oshawott. Braxian is like the middle stage of the Torchic line, isn't it? Froakie, so I need 1 of that line. Decidueye. I need 1 Rowlet to get a Decidueye. Snivy, Servine, Pignite. There's a few of them I'm still looking for. I'm getting there. You know what? I might do a Rowlet hunt quickly because I'm tired and my focus is going. I don't know if I can focus on these 2 existing ones. Well, it doesn't help that I can't isolate these shinies. There's no place in this game where Piplup is the only water type or where Oshawott's the only water type. I did the Poplio shiny hunt today. I got all 3 of my shiny Poplios. And that's really easy, because on the sand here on the beach, it's the only water type. As long as you don't get too near to, like, the water over there, Popplio's the only spawn. It made that quite an easy shiny hunt. How do I get flying types again? What do I put in the sandwich for flying type? I'm going to try one Rowlet hunt. Flying type is... Oh, prosciutto. Prosciutto. Yeah, that Rowlet's green. It's going to be hiding in the grass, which will make the green slightly harder to spot, but, like, I don't think Rowlet's going to be that hard. I want to find at least one shiny tonight stream, even if it's not the ones I was looking for. Can I find a good example of shiny Rowlet to put on screen quickly? Let me find the side-by-side I can pop on screen. Oh, that'll do. Oh, that's way too big. Shrink! Become small enough for me to, like, hide off screen. Pop this one like down here, maybe. And put it under the streaming overlay. There we go. That's the one we're gonna quickly hunt now. FL says, Laura, quick, Final Fantasy 15 good or not? 15, good. I enjoy Boy Band Road Trip. Green. Need hamburger. And double prosciutto. That was it. Yeah, minty colour for shiny Rowlet is nice. And then I need my Herba Mystica to be those. I've tried this hunt once, but it's not that bad a hunt. And I only need to find one. It's not like that water hunt where I've got 4 things I need to find and I've not found a single one yet. It still feels like a daunting task to find one, let alone 4, so we'll put that aside for a minute. That can be my background task during other things. Okay, we make a nice flat base with this. Oh, put it too close to the burger. It's uneven. This is not going to be a great surface for bell peppers. Oh, I'm very tempted to go to the cinema tomorrow. Or Friday. I'm tempted to go see Godzilla -1, which I've heard is very good. I might try and see in the next couple of days. If I have the focus. It is in Japanese with English subtitles, and that's fine, but I will need a degree of brain? Yeah, is it not called that? Godzilla -1? Yeah, Godzilla -1. I know very little about it, other than... Look, I know it's set in some decade past. I've deliberately not looked up too much. Because I'm at a point, I have a cinema pass, so I can just go whenever, because my lovely wife Jane got me one for my birthday, to enforce me actually taking some time off work sometimes, to just relax. But it means that I can afford to sometimes just, like, go see a film without, like, knowing in advance much about it. So, I'm just gonna kind of go into it. I know very little other than that it's apparently pretty good. But I've got to go on a day where I have enough brain to follow a thing in another language with subtitles and pay attention to that. The ADHD's got to be behaving. There we go. Taste original. It's a tasty original. That's a Laura sandwich right there. No one makes them quite like me. Okay, I know where the Rowlet spawns are, at least, so we can just... basically heading for this corner over here. I think anywhere up here they should start spawning. There we go. Rowlets, they're in the grass, they're quite small, they're going to be easy to miss. This is going to be the biggest problem, is the fact that they disappear in the grass. If I see them from overhead, whether they are shiny or not is pretty easy to see. So I think I'm literally just going to go kind of overhead view in order that I can move around a bit faster. You know, maybe dip out of it occasionally, but I can very quickly tell if one is green if I'm seeing it from above the grass, if I'm not seeing it through the grass effect. I need an in-between where I can see a bit forward, but also still see if they're shiny. How high can I push this? Probably here. Yeah, I think just look forward. Is that a shiny? Up, and then we back down. I hear that music again. However you get Malouetta, it's somewhere around here. I hear it. I keep hearing the music, and that's clearly how you get Malouetta. It's probably something nonsensical. I'll work it out at some point. I keep hearing it only when I'm in the middle of a shiny hunt, which is annoying. Let me turn off the grass effects. Let me... Rowlet, spawn somewhere less grassy. I know it's natural camouflage for you, but just... for me. I might explore a bit, see if I can find a place they spawn without the grass. Or just trust myself to see it through the grass. Not going to be that camouflaged. Honestly, mint green, it might be easier to see than it currently is. There was a game where you could turn the grass off in the graphics settings. It made quests way easier for people with worse GPUs. There's been a lot of games on PC that did that. A lot of MMOs. Wouldn't surprise me if World of Warcraft was one of them. It's a pretty common PC optimization setting and has been for a while. The turn off the foliage. Ugh. Yeah, okay, let's explore further down the hill. Can I find a spot where the Rowlets still spawn? Do they spawn down here? No, you're only spawning in the grass here. Spawning in the grass. Will you spawn on this lovely stone over here? You will! Not in good numbers. No, we start getting those spawns. Okay, I can get a few spawns down here that aren't directly in the grass. Come on, there's got to be a spot where I can get them to spawn out in the open. I'm definitely seeing fewer down here, though. I should just go back up the top. Yeah, the green one would show up really well on the sort of yellowy-orange grass, I suppose. Yeah. Even if the regular Rowlets aren't showing up great on this. Oh, that slowdown. Yeah, the shiny would show up great in this grass, actually. Oh god, the game performance down here is rough. Yeah, don't worry about whether the regular is visible. I know that the regular is harder to see down here. The shiny will be easier. That's probably a worthwhile trade. I find a good spot to do a picnic hunt. Can I like stand here and picnic hunt maybe? Yeah, this might be the option. I'm not convinced that's the way. Definitely a little less foliage here, but again, fewer spawns. Yeah. I wish these games ran better. We'll see if we get that nice performance patch for Switch 2 next year or whatever, but I do like a lot about Scarlet and Violet. I just wish. I wish they didn't slow down because I tried to turn the camera while going down a hill with some grass on it. Sometimes. If I could go back, I think I'd make Scarlet my main Sable playthrough. I still am glad I did Violet. I like the cyber motorcycle dragon. And I like my character being able to wear lots of purple rather than orange. And that is the depth of my preference for Violet. If I could get a spawn like that to keep spawning and despawning. Is this a good spot to force a picnic spawn? No, I want that group of 5 or 6 to just pop up in the middle. I'm just a sucker for robots. You turn any Pokemon into a robot, I instantly think it's 10 times cooler. I am a child at heart, and if you take a thing I think is cool and make it a robot, I go, that's even cooler. Yeah, all of the Paradox Pokemon shinies being just, we removed some of the paint job and it's just a clean, unpainted metal shell. I think that's really cool. Bella Bean, what corner of Reddit were you on that you saw a post about robot wives? Do I want to know where it was talking about robot wives? Oh, shiny Mudkip is a fun shiny hunt. Mudkip is a genuinely fun shiny hunt. That purple color is very, very good. Yeah, those Meloetta chimes again. No, that's what you are. How far are we in? God, the time is... These shiny hunts are just, like, vanishing. The time is disappearing from me tonight. Come on, give me my green bird. Not a green Doduo or Dodrio, not those birds. Bellabean says, you know it was a bad Reddit when Automod catches it. Oh, one sec. I just realized that I don't have where that shows. Incel saying robot wives will make real women redundant. Ooh. I mean, look, that just goes in the... That's just the counterpoint to where science is at, which is going like, hey, we're really not that far off a point where, like, sperm isn't going to be necessary to make children. Like, that's not that far away from where from scientific possibility. You know, that's the flip side of the coin of the incels going, no, we're gonna make robot wives and we're not gonna need you no more. Like, yeah. Science might do away with the need for you to contribute at all to any kind of equation, so... Hell yeah, science. I have not been having nearly as much luck tonight as I did Monday night. We had such a good shiny hunt on Monday night. I think we got like 4 or 5 shinies on stream. I know we got the 3 Littens. I think we got at least a couple of the Pick-a-Peck line. I think it was just the last one that I didn't get on stream. Used it all up. Used all the luck up on a single stream. Now the Pokemon universe is like, reminder, this is meant to be challenging, this is meant to take time. You can't just get 5 species of shiny Pokemon that you happen to need every single stream, Lauren. You're gonna have to have some streams where you look and you find nothing and you get sleepy. Ugh. Okay, we come too far this way. Start getting the rufflets again. But at least it's only one Pokemon that's spawning. We're only looking for one change. Still much easier than that other hunt. Hey, Norimke. Great to have shiny hunting as company while I decorate my Christmas tree with shiny decorations. Ah, got any nice decorations on there? Demantia, time zone out indeed. Have a good night. Oh. Yeah, again, not going to be a super late finish tonight. The ability to stay awake is just... My brain knows that it's nearly time to be able to rest and unmask and just let the burnout melt off. It's like, oh, we're in holiday mode. I'm like, no, we've still got a couple of days left. Body. It's like, feels like holiday mode. I'm gonna take so many midday naps. It's gonna be great. Just drink some hot spiced apple with maybe a bit of alcohol in it, and then just have a little afternoon nap. Because I'm getting old and I need to have an afternoon nap sometimes. Oh. Yes, this entire week does feel surreal. It's the... Everyone's kind of just waiting for permission to go, okay, we done? We done? We finished? We good? You built a good shiny collection for your tree. Heck yeah. Congrats. Okay, this might be the place to... Oh, this might be the place to picnic hunt. We can get spawns out here. Visibility should be very good. We're too close. The rufflet spawns are happening. Yeah, we want all these. So maybe here. Even if I don't find the shiny on this hunt, if I can find like a really good spot for doing the hunt, that'll help. This might be the spot. Some of them are appearing in the grass, but they're not, like, far into the grass. Yeah, I think this is the method. Laura, did you ever get a gift from the Christmas tree? Which Christmas tree should I have gotten a gift from? I don't know if this is in context, in relation to something specific. I should know. Wait, what if I come like a little more in here? Couple of rufflet spawns, but yeah, this is... that rock's a problem. The thing where you get a gift from the tree at Christmas that my family does, I was told it's unusual. Yeah, that's not a thing I've ever done. It's not a thing that I heard and went, oh yeah, like that. So the gifts are like on the tree itself, not under the tree. They're like in the branches of the tree. And are they like a specific present for you? Or are they just like random free-for-all presents where it's like, just take one at random, see what you get from the tree? I'm trying to understand the parameters now. You know how you get gifts from Santa, the tree is a sentient being. Oh! Then no, I've never had gifts from the tree. The tree has never been a sentient being interacting with the Christmas festivities in my home. my parents did not make the effort to find a special sentient tree. We only got, like, the regular not alive trees. Yeah, no, that's not a thing I'm familiar with. I hope the tree also has a good festive period and doesn't object too much to being turned into mulch at the end of the season. You know, we always... No, you can't do that with real trees. Like, I was joking. I was assuming your family had one of those, like, fake trees where you put the metal branches in or something, because it feels actively kind of mean to get real trees and tell your kids they're sentient and then throw the tree out when it starts dying and all its leaves fall off. Yeah, of course it would make you sad having to throw the tree out. The tree is alive. It would be like having to throw Santa in the trash at the end of the festive season. Huh. Oh, how I love to hear about other people's festive traditions. I will say, I really don't gel with the recently invented Christmas tradition that is the elf on the shelf. The, sentient surveillance, like, figure that lives in your house. Hey, don't worry about the spy we've invited into the home. There's not even that bothers me most about the elf on the shelf. You know what bothers me most about the elf on the shelf? It's the weird, like, rules that get built around it about how interacting with it wrong as a child might ruin Christmas. Because, like, I've become aware as someone that has, like... I have a sister who has kids, and my sister does Elf on the Shelf, and it's like... There's such rules as, like, if the child... Like, you tell the child, like, oh, if you so much as touch the Elf on the Shelf, its magic stops working, and it can't report to Santa, and then, not only do you not get Christmas presents this year, but like no one gets Christmas presents if you touch the elf on the shelf, because like it ruins all of the magic and no one gets Christmas presents or whatever. And like there are clips out there of like a child absentmindedly playing and accidentally knocking the elf on the shelf off the shelf and accidentally touching it and being like, oh my god, I've ruined Christmas for the planet. Like, that's just not a healthy thing to involve kids in who are, like, clumsy little fuckers. They're gonna... You know, they have low impulse control and low motor control. It's not their fault if they accidentally touch the police state elf. Let me find this. I'm sure I'm not making this up. I feel like this is Elf on the Shelf lore. Elf on the Shelf rules. Okay, okay. Don't touch me or I'll lose my magic and so will all my friends. You can talk or sing to me, but I can't talk back. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, I looked up Elf on the Shelf rules. The very first rule is don't touch me or I lose all my magic. Like, ooh, me and my friends will just stop having magic and Santa won't know what to do if you so much as accidentally sneeze on the elf. That's way too much pressure to put on fucking kids. Yeah, well, look, I think there is a fundamental difference between all-knowing being that just kind of inherently knows what's up, and here is the literal embodiment of, like, you are being watched. It's the difference between, like, knowing that there's CCTV fucking everywhere in our modern society and you're always being recorded, and if you were to see a CCTV camera in your bedroom that you did not consent to actively there. Like, we know there's way too many CCTV cameras and they're everywhere. It's different if you put the CCTV camera in my home and tell them, and they go, you're not allowed to remove it. Yeah, between these two patches is, I think, the best place to do this shiny hunt. I don't know how much time I have left, but... yes, like the doorbell cameras, yes. Did they spawn in the hole? Don't spawn in the hole. I need to... It's sealed if you rowlets. 4 minutes. Come on. I need one shiny tonight. Just one. Just one. So that I can feel like tonight's stream was productive. It is not the holiday yet. I can't play video games for unproductive reasons. I need at least one shiny so I can go, this was work. Oh, I've been having a fun game recently. And this is not specific to any one, like, delivery company or anything. But delivery companies seem to have started playing a fun game recently of how silently can we sneak to your front door, drop off a parcel at the front step and not tell you we did it, or slip a thing through the door going, oh, we tried, but no one answered, and then run away. Like, they are trying to outcompete themselves at the moment in, like, the sneaky ninja, sneak to and from your house Olympics. They are... The competition is getting fierce. Oh yeah, it's always a problem, but it's getting worse, like way worse at the moment. I had a... It really frustrated me a few weeks back. So, last month, I was really ill for a week. If you listen to Podquisition, you will probably remember the week where I was on for 15 minutes and was like, oh yeah, here's what I played, okay, goodbye. That week, I was basically on bed rest for like 10 days. And during that time, I was waiting for a parcel. This was when the Lenovo Legion Go was being sent for me to review, and 2 days in a row I got a, oh, no one was here, we tried knocking, and both days I was like, I was fucking home, I was ill with nothing better to do than to sit listening for the front door, and they wouldn't redeliver it a second time. You know, so they tried to deliver it twice, so we won't redeliver it again. You'll have to come to us. So I had to drag my very ill ass to, like, a pickup place with a mask on, wait to make sure that there was no one else other than, like, the staff in there, so that I was minimizing harm, go get this parcel while, like, on death's door and go, yeah, no, whoever claimed they delivered this twice was just fucking lying. I was sat there, like, in basically silence for 2 days on bed rest, waiting for this parcel, and, like, you never put a slip through to say you tried to deliver it, you just sent me a text notification to go, oh, you weren't in. I'm like, give me my parcel, and whoever's not delivering these, I shouldn't have to be here right now with my illnesses. Let me go back to bed. Katalise says, I watched a courier walk up to my door with no parcel, put a sticker through my door without knocking. I called to him, but he was already in his car and drove away. So, I can see my front door from certain parts of where I live, and I've sometimes seen the delivery person walk up to the door, stand for a second, and walk away. And I'm like, no, I fucking watched you do it that time. 3 seconds, no shiny. That's another unsuccessful shiny hunt. Ugh. Okay, we're trying one more shiny hunt tonight, and this is the last one, and we're doing the water one again, because that's the one I'm supposed to be doing, and we're going to do the water hunt, and we're going to find a Piplup or an Oshawott, and it's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. Time to just take a second to breathe. And enjoy this nice title screen. Oh, hooray! Bobby Kotick's gonna finally be gone from Activision Blizzard in a couple of days. Hurrah! AJ, have a good night. Rest well. Yeah, I'm gonna try one more and then this will defeat me. I'm gonna get at least one shiny tonight. I believe in myself and my sheer determination and perseverance. My stubbornness will win on this night. Okay, I'm making the water sandwich, so that is cucumber, tomato, double cucumber, onion, green bell pepper, hamburger, sweet and salty herba mystica. Oh. The game has crashed. The hand has turned sideways and won't respond to my analog sticks. Ah! This game's fucking great. I love how not broken Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is. One more try. Yes, January 11th there is a patch, and also there is like a little epilogue to the story, yes. Hooray for more Pokemon coming up. And then it'll only be like a month until Pokemon Day, and we get the Pokemon Presents and a bunch of info on the next year. Oh yeah, no, the Scarlet and Violet makes me really appreciate the things that Legends Arceus did well. Are we working again now? Will you let me make my sandwich, please? It's a very good sandwich. Very tasty sandwich. It has tomato, and double cucumber, and onion, and green bell pepper, and hamburger. And sweet and salty. Definitely the right condiment flavors for sandwich. And the hand shouldn't be sideways this... Oh, it is still sideways, but it is picking things up now. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, that's not how that... It's not meant to be sideways. Like this. I won't question it. It's letting me control it now, at least. Yeah, someone in the Discord was talking about their first experience with the DLC when it came out. I don't remember who it was. Was saying, like, They booted up the game and in the first 5 minutes fell through the world like 3 times. I was like, I did not have that bad an experience, but I don't doubt that someone did have that bad an experience. Very good sandwich. 3 out of 3 stars. Very good sandwich. Okay. Oh, Rack the Lion, I hope you enjoy that Game of the Year vid. Also, thank you very much for the 47 months of sub. That is nearly... Yeah, I've done my maths right. That's nearly 4 years. Thank you. That is very, very appreciated. I'm glad that that Game of the Year video turned out how it did. I considered trimming it down, and I was like, no, Game of the Year is just an excuse to go, these are all things that, like, I played them and I went, that game's fucking good, or interesting, or like, this game deserves a look at. Why whittle it down? I just want to tell people about the shit I loved this year. Yeah, it's 35 minutes of me just enthusing about games I like. And then tomorrow there's another, like, nearly 35-minute video going up. The Game of the Year video I threw together and edited, but the video going up tomorrow, Jane did a really fancy edit on, and I'm very excited for that one to be out there. Yeah, tomorrow's video is it is like, hey, do you want like a quick all-in-one video recap of the past year in video game accessibility? You want to know like everything that happened in gaming accessibility in 12 months, like wrapped up rapid fire and sort of condensed into one little burst of news? That's tomorrow's video. It is everything accessibility-wise that happened in the year in 35 minutes. Go. Yeah, the last couple of years, like, the last video I do in the year before taking the holiday off is big accessibility recap for the year, and then the first big video I do when I come back is things that in the new year to come that should be standards in accessibility, and like hey, here's the things that are getting closer to being standards and the companies that need to like get up to speed on them to, you know, make them things that just the whole industry is doing. And it's been a nice it's a nice like bookend of here's how last year ended and here's looking forward to what next year should be. Mild spoilers for the recap video tomorrow. I'm very proud that there's a bunch of things in last year's, like, things that should become standards in 2023 video that I did back in January. That now in the recap video I can go, yeah, so back in January I was saying that, like, you know, this company should really get on board with implementing this thing to meet up with their competitors. And a year later they have done that, and that's really good. A bunch of the things that I was saying, like, X company needs to get up to speed on, they did. And that's a really nice place for a end-of-year recap to be like, I correctly called the things that were, like, achievable milestones that these companies should be hitting, and they clearly were on the same wavelength because they did those things. Oh, a you shiny Piplup. You might actually be the shiny. We found the first shiny Piplup! Yes! You're so visually similar. You don't look that much brighter. God, I'm gonna have to auto battle all of them. The Piplup. This is probably why I didn't find the Piplup sooner. I was expecting it to look lighter in this lighting. I expected it to be easier to tell at like a glance that it was the shiny. There's a very good chance I've walked past shiny Piplups. But we're not going to beat ourselves up over that. We're just going to accept it for what it is. Okay. So, we found a shiny, so we can save. We're going to auto-battle every Piplup we see now, I guess. Oh, there we go. We found one of the 4 shiny water types we needed to tonight. Or we will once it gets in the fucking ball. Thankfully, water type Ogerpon just immune. Ah, oh, I could just use Repeat Ball, couldn't I? Oh, Repeat Ball's probably better. Come on. I've been looking for you all day. Just get in the ball. Okay, I don't know what the camera did there. But we caught it. I feel like that camera was meant to have zoomed in on the Piplup, but... okay, in that menu it looks a little lighter. Okay. Yeah, the in-world lighting does not make that look distinct enough for me to spot at a glance, and that is upsetting. But... yeah, definitely lighter. There we go, shiny Piplup. I now just need 2 more shiny Piplups. Let's put it in the document. There we go, there's a shiny Piplup. 93 to go. Piplup times 2. There we go. Progress is happening. Gotta have, like, what, 25 minutes? Near enough, yeah, okay. Okay, we fight every Piplup, just in case. I do not trust myself to see the shiny difference at a... no, I guess that is dark. I probably could tell it at a glance, but I'm... I've lost all confidence now. Yeah, it did look lighter. That's the problem. He's in such a blue environment that in setting... and it doesn't help that... the other colour I'm looking for is a chest spin that's about the colour of the Piplup I'm looking for. The fact that I'm looking for 2 things in inverted colour palettes, and on one, the thing that's shiny for one is normal for the other, is making my brain really suck at differentiating them. This is why isolated hunts are easier. Maybe you should turn the contrast all the way up on your display. Can I turn it up more? I don't want my monitor to look like fucking ridiculous, but yeah, no, I did turn it up. I don't want to fuck around with it too much further. What's the seal called? It's called Seal. It's called Seal, and it's a seal. Pokemon creators used to be much more creative, and now they just take a thing from the real world and say it's a Pokemon. Can I turn up, like, the saturation in my streaming software? Can I do it on this end? Filter. Is it easier to tell if I pump the saturation way up? Is it going to be able... Is it going to be easier to see the difference? Let me look at them in the box. This one looks very bright now. What do the regular ones look like? I need to see the regular one for comparison. I do think this would help. We'll try it. We'll try it. Yeah, the shiny Piplup should be like fucking neon bright light blue. I don't know what the shiny Oshawott would look like. This isn't going to make the Oshawott easier to find, necessarily. I don't have a shiny Oshawott to look at for reference. But fuck it, we're playing with the fucked up image for now. I should have paid attention to what the starting saturation number was, because I've now fucked around with the values. Yeah, you're not gonna be shiny. Yeah, I should have I should have just done this, because I know that a bunch of people were doing this. A bunch of colorblind gamers were doing stuff like this to do shiny hunting early on with Scarlet and Violet for colors they were struggling to see. It was like, the solution is just... You look kind of different from the other Oshawotts. No. Doesn't help that you now have a red nose, and the red nose is originally what I was looking for on the shiny. The yellow nose has become red. I need to know what the red nose is going to become. Oh yeah, I'm sure I can work it out. Actually, yeah, it's a color correction filter, so I just delete the color correction filter and it will go back to regular settings. I've applied a filter that has whacked up saturation. I didn't whack up the saturation on the feed itself. So yeah, that's fine. I'm going to attack every Piplup anyway, just in case. But my eyes have a thing to... How long have we got? 17 minutes. We can find another shiny Piplup. Actually, I know how I can tell what the Oshawott should look like. Let me find the Oshawott image. Okay. The skin on the Oshawott should go very yellow. That's what we're looking for. Yellow on the, like, way stronger yellow on the Oshawott. You know what? We're gonna fly over to that other area where I was doing like the run around scanning for them, and we're gonna trust the new method with the high saturation to just see it at a glance. Thank you to whoever it was that pushed me to fuck with the saturation on this. I need to recognize where I'm going. Yeah, this is Got like 15 minutes. Yeah. Okay, we can find a shiny in 15 minutes. We just roll around, glancing. Hopefully this is not too difficult to look at for anyone. I can go back to the other method if this causes anyone any issues, but oh, that's bright. Has a bright flash. As much as this is the best way to reset, I might have to... Yeah, it's going to get very, very bright as I go in and out. We might have to not do that. But this is going to be so much easier to differentiate, I think. Trust myself to know it when I see it. Yeah, I could not shiny hunt for long at this level of saturation, but we're gonna do the one hunt, see how it goes. My level of overstimulation will hit its limit pretty quick like this, but oh. Let's picnic reset. Let's go for that. Now my monitor has blue hair and pronouns. My monitor always had blue hair and pronouns. How dare you suggest otherwise? Oh. Back over here. Lapse for just a moment. Let's keep the engine on. Let's not slow down. Move fast. this point, I might even just sail around on the water looking. There's a lot of other species if I'm out in the water. My pool of possible Piplups and Oshawotts goes down. Stick to the land. Some of these Pokemon have very cool looking designs in eye-searing saturation. Yeah, let's get back to that big chunk of land. Okay. Okay. Is the going in and out of the cave any less eye-searing here? Probably not. A little. Six minutes. We can find a second shiny. We can do that. Barely any kind of task at all. That's easy as anything. Do laps around the big rock. Oh, that's a trainer. I was like, what the fuck is so red in the ice? It's a person's face oversaturated. Three and a half minutes. I wonder if I could get a similar effect to this one playing in handheld mode by inverting the colors. Would color inverting similarly help me identify these differences? Zoom around. Got that good game of focus going now. No, dude, you are not a shiny. I have limited time. Get away. It's gonna be a minute left. Running around at the speed of sound, got places to go, gotta find the shinies. We might luck out, but I think we're gonna hit our limit at 1, and that's fine. That's 1 more than we had at the start of the stream. That's 1 fewer shiny Pokemon that needs finding to finish this quest. We take the wins where we get them, and today that win was a single shiny Piplup. Still, it was a shiny Piplup we got in a single stream. I've had worse times shiny hunting. Okay, we've got 15 seconds. 1, rush into the cave, despawn everything, come back out and let everything spawn before it runs out. Oh, nothing. And any second now, yeah, the other stuff starts spawning. Okay, cool. Let me remove that filter. Oh, game, you are so much more watchable. But we did it. We got 1 shiny tonight. We got one Piplup. That's a win. We got him. I'm going to call it a night here, because I am pretty sleepy. But thank you, everyone, for joining me on this lengthy old shiny hunt. We got one. We found one tonight. And you know what? A shiny hunting stream where you find a single shiny, that's pretty alright. Have a good night, everyone. Check out the Game of the Year video up on youtube.com/LauraKBuzz that went up today. Look out for the 2023 accessibility recap video going up tomorrow. Rest well. I will see you all for another stream on Friday.